What is going on? It's your boy Endless, checking back in with another YouTube video. Today's video, we're going to be changing out the impeller and also the wear ring on this 2023 SeaDoo switch. This is the 170 horsepower model. I haven't seen anybody actually make a video on this. I did complete these upgrades a couple months ago. I'm just now getting around to actually uploading the video, but I just want to let you know everything was successful and this thing runs great. I actually gained a little bit of top speed by about 3 or 4 miles per hour, and I've also noticed a difference in the handling and acceleration after replacing that wear ring. So hopefully this video will help somebody. Like, comment, subscribe, and I really hope you enjoy the video. Let's get it. All right, guys, so we're gonna go on ahead and we're gonna take this out. Step one is you're gonna take this bolt out over here off to the left. This is a size 13. You're most likely gonna need a deep socket, so you're gonna remove this one. Next, we're gonna remove that one. All right, so we got this bolt loose right here. I'm going ahead and take this out. This is the one that goes there. Cool part about this is, look, these little flaps make a great place to put your bolts. Now, I did have my wife up on the boat. She went on ahead and turned the wheel so that I can get to this next one right here. So we're gonna take this off. Taking this off. This is a size 10. We took off right here. This is a 10. And I also had my wife jump up there and turn this to the left. And I just kind of held it, got it off. You can see some of that dirt and sand coming out the bottom. If you guys pay attention to it, you can see it right here. Little fella was dirty. All right, now that we got that bolt off, now we have this one right here. This one is a size 13. I already have my ratchet in there. I'm taking it off. There's no washer or anything. So now we're gonna put that in the bag. All right, so now the next bolt we're gonna get out is right down here, right where I'm pointing with my finger. This is number 13. So far, we've taken out 3 bolts. We got this one off, this one over here, the steering right there, and now we're doing this one. All right, you can put it up. All right, so we got that out. Here, take that for me. All right, so what you want to do to get this out, you got to move this up. Get this thing out of the way, the steering one, and this will pop out of the housing right here, left and right. Now this whole piece just came off. Look at that, guys. Now keep in mind, you got a piece of plastic up here. All right, now this is a little bit tricky. It took me a minute to figure this out. I have a flathead screwdriver. You stick it in right here, right in this little gap, and turn it sideways. There's a little black piece back here. It popped out right here. And it's a pain. There we go. There you go, guys. You're seeing it come out now. And you do that till you pull it out. Come on, baby. Boom. That's how you get that out of there. Now this whole piece comes out, as you can see. And that's the piece I was telling you guys about right here. You can see the little nudge. You want to start there and just turn it sideways like that, and it'll pop out. Then you'll see this, then you can just start pulling it out. There's no reason for this to come apart. I thought maybe these would have popped out right here, but for the life of me, they weren't coming out. So, now the next part that we're gonna do is we're gonna take this thing off, this. There's 2 13s, there's one right here, and there's one right over here. So we're gonna take both of those off. You can cut it off. All right, now something I want to point out for everybody. You want to loosen both sides, okay? You want to loosen this out, but you don't want to take the bolt out. You want to use it as support, otherwise you're going to warp this thing, this piece down here. So just loosen that bolt, loosen both sides until they're hand loosened, then you can take them out by hand, and you won't be doing this thing right here like it's doing right now. So, all right, see, I took that out. Now you take this one out over, oops, or it just falls like out. But see, now you're not having to warp anything. That's what the inside looks like. That thing's a little beat up a little bit. Not so bad. All right, now we have the impact drill, and we got some extensions on here. Everything is 13s pretty much. I'm gonna go on ahead and loosen these up in a cross pattern. So we're going to start down here. I got that first one out. You just want to loosen all these. I got those loosened. Got that one loosened. All right, now we got all 4 out. There's that. Now make sure you guys are keeping these in bags. This is how I stay organized. Every piece I take off, I put it in a bag and I film it just so I can go back and correct myself. Yeah, label it. So now this whole thing right here pops right out, guys. We're almost done. All right, stop. Now this is kind of overkill, but we got a really long extension, guys. So now we're gonna go on ahead and get these positioned up in here. And same thing with this. You want to have it set up so that you do a cross pattern. We're going to start here, go there, down there, and up there, and loosen every one of them. All right, so now we're screwing these off here. These are just little nuts for the bolt. And the last one down here. Now note to self, there are washers on here, okay? I'm gonna take them off here in a second, but there are washers on here. Let me slide this one off so you can see. There's a washer for each one. Make sure you got the washers. If you lose a washer, go get another one. Oh, all right, you can pause it. All right, so now what we're gonna do is got our hands in here. Now we're just gonna wiggle this out of here, guys. You just wiggle it, and it'll slide right out. Boom. Oh, hold up. Piece falling out. This is the top piece. So here, take that. So the reason why we're replacing this, as you can see here, there are little chunks of the impeller that are missing, and our wear ring has been eaten, and there's actually chunks of it missing right here. When you start getting chunks out of there, what'll happen is you start losing performance, and eventually we saw like a 5 mile/hour difference. And when you get more people on the boat just got slower and slower. So we took some pictures and realized real quick, hey, you need to replace this. But the good news is we're doing an upgrade on the impeller and the wear ring. We're still keeping the plastic wear ring. There's going to be comments down below that are like, why aren't you getting a stainless steel wear ring if you're getting a stainless steel impeller? And the reason being is because the jet drives suck from the bottom.
Like a giant vacuum.
It's like a giant vacuum, you can see down there. And if a rock comes up, you would rather have it eat the plastic wear ring versus your stainless steel wear ring. Because what'll happen is if you put stainless steel on stainless steel and you suck up a rock in there, you're gonna mess up one of your stainless steels and you're gonna take chunks out of it. Now my wife is going to tell you her thoughts on it.
So from the research we have done, you want to do, if you have, so the plastic wear ring is cheap and inexpensive. It's easier to replace versus a stainless steel. And the other thing is if you have a stainless steel impeller and a stainless steel wear ring and you suck up a rock, that plastic is meant to give when the rock or shells or whatever suck up in there. The plastic is meant to give. If you don't have anything that gives, because it's metal on metal, then it's going to suck up into your pump and you're replacing an entire pump. So you're looking at an $80 plastic wear ring fix versus a thousands of dollar jet pump replacement.
All right, so the next step we're going to do is get this cone off. Got some extensions on here, what I could find. It's pretty long. This is a number 5. Hex bit. So I'm gonna take that off. Yep. All right, yeah, there are supposed to be washers. It looks like it's on there pretty good. You'll see that here in just a second. All right, so the next thing that you want to do is you want to use a dead blow or a rubber mallet or hammer, and you want to just kind of tap this on here all the way around. You want to hit it a little bit harder, but you don't want to beat it up too much. Just hit it on all angles because it's on there really good. Now I also brought All right, now I'm gonna put this little flathead in there. You see this? Once again, flathead comes in and turn it sideways like that. Get it down in there. So now, see that, guys? Just put it in there and just turn it. Just have to keep prying it, guys. Boom. There's a grease in there. Ooh, man, that stank. Whew. Ooh, that smell. All right, so yeah, that's what it looks like, guys. Now, let's move on to the next part. The other thing you want to keep in mind is the washers will get stuck in there on some of them. We had 2 that got stuck, but I just wanted to point that out. If they're stuck in there, don't worry about it. All right, so now
the impeller boot.
Yeah, now let's take off the impeller boot.
It's reverse threaded.
Reverse threaded.
So you turn to the right to take it off.
See that, guys?
And we put it in a vise.
Yeah, let me show you guys this. Also, we have a vise down in here. Got this on Amazon, quick little 25 bucks. And it seems to work out great. But now we got the boot off. Now we are about to take out the impeller. All right, so the next thing that you're going to need is you're going to need this part in order to get the impeller off. It's an impeller tool is what they call it. It's actually yeah, you have to buy it specifically from SeaDoo.
It's like 20 bucks.
Yeah, it's like 20 bucks. My wife got it, but we had to go out and we had to get a 1 1/16, so 3/4 drive. I couldn't find one any in the 1/2 inch, so I had to buy an adapter over here for 3/4 into that. Spent a decent little bit on this, not gonna lie, but we got what we needed, and then we got one of these here, a breaker bar, and we're gonna go on ahead and get this impeller out of here. So let's get it. All right, we have the impeller tool down in here, and now let's go on ahead and get this removed. Got it on there. All right, so we did get the impeller off. We couldn't really film it. Sorry, guys, but my vice grip over here, buy a good one, because this one sucks. But we had to, when you guys saw this a moment ago, this was up in the air straight. Now we had to turn it on its side because this thing kept moving. But we got this impeller out. It did the job at least, but unfortunately it broke my vise. But we got it out of there. That's what the inside looks like. Now we're going to go on ahead and get this wear ring out of here. And we have a flathead screwdriver. And if we have to, we'll take a torch to it. She's almost got it. There you go. Boom. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We moved into the house. The new wear ring is frozen. They say it drops right in. See if it's like the video. Shouldn't have to force it.
Here.
Go.
Yeah.
And there you go. Now it's in there. All right, so now we're gonna go on and upgrade to the Solas, where speed begins, high performance PWC impeller. So really excited to see if we get any new top end on it. It has a lot more weight to it than this other one, in my opinion. Feels heavier at least.
Stainless steel.
Who knows, maybe it's the same, but as you can see here, So this impeller is actually custom pitched for the boat. So we custom ordered it, and yeah, it's custom. It's supposed to have more performance. We'll see. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little bit of grease inside here. The old one looks like it had grease in it, so we're gonna go on ahead and just put some in there for safe measure.
Oh, and this is OEM SeaDoo bearing grease.
All right, now we drop this down in there.
It's gonna be real snug.
Now very carefully kind of get it with a rubber mallet down in there, because it's a snug fit when you first put them in there.
There it goes.
And you can hear it now.
Perfect.
There you go. Now we're in there, baby. That was not as hard as or difficult as I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be a lot more difficult to get this in. We probably could have this done a lot quicker if I had a better vise, but all right, so we got it in there. Now we're going to go on ahead, and I think we're going to do 95 pounds of torque. One guy said factory it was 92. Another guy. All right, so what I did go on ahead and do is I torqued this down to about 95. I had to go out and purchase a torque wrench, but I got this down to 95. I didn't film it because I had my hands full, but I did take a torque wrench and put this down to 95 pounds of torque. So we are good to go. Let's start putting it back together. All right, now what we're gonna do is we put a little bit of grease on here. Now you wanna line these up because it only goes in one way. And now you just wanna push it down in there. All right, went in there and the holes aligned. Now we're gonna pop the screws in and screw it in. All right, you can put it off. All right, we got all three of those bolts down in there. Now we're gonna flip it over. Let's get it installed. All right, the next thing that we did is we put a little bit of grease in here on this cone and just kind of mixed it around. As you can see from before, it had a whole bunch in there. So this is where it's gonna go on the shaft. So now we're gonna stick the bumper in there. You wanna make sure this is greased up before you go sticking this thing on there. My wife is gonna show you how to reverse thread now. That looks good. All right, then we got this blaster silicone lubricant. We sprayed the seal right here. We have the rubber seal. We sprayed all the way around there. And now what you're going to want to do is you want to get your oil, your breaker grease, and you want to get it all around here on the shaft to make sure this is well lubed. Good gulp. All right, stop it. All right, next thing that you want to do is you want to get some grease all up on here. You don't need a lot. I kind of went overkill a little bit, guys. Grease this whole thing up. Through here, a little bit there, a little bit on these rubber pieces because these are rubber. Alright, you can put it off. Now we're going to slide this on here. It should go right on if the shaft is straight. Might need to rotate the shaft. All right, so another thing which will help you out if it's not sliding on there, take you a screwdriver, either a flathead or a Phillips, and you just want to stick it in here and just turn it. I've already got mine in there, but you just turn the impeller, and you don't have to keep taking it off and putting it back on. Now what we're doing is we're putting a little bit of Loctite. A little bit goes a long way. You just want to put a couple dabs on the bolt. And that goes back on here, these four. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, now you want to torque all these to 18.5. All right, now these last 4 in here, you want to torque these to 18 also. All right, the next thing that you want to do is we're going to put the bucket back on. You want to grease these up.
Oh God.
Listen.
He put just a Just a dibble.
In the comments below, comment, did I put too much grease on this in your opinion?
Yep.
Or am I just being too safe?
Being too weird.
Cut it off. All right, now in these two on the bucket, it's got to be set to 20.
And this one goes down.
All right, there we go. 20 on those. All right, drop it down.
And that's
All
why.
right, so the way that you get this in easily, you want to pop this one in first on the right, then pop it into the left, and it'll slide down into the little grooves down here in the plastic, as you can see. Now, you want to make sure that can get in through here. You want to put that in until last. All right, you can stop it too. All right, so now the next one that you're going to want to do is you want to get these two bolts down here. This one right here, that one, and this one. Both of those want to be set to 20. Son of a biscuit. All right, then you want to pop this in there. We all remember this piece.
Like so.
All right, I need to go get my plastic mallet. All right, now you're gonna see it pop out the end right over here where my thumb is, where it's moving. Boom, y'all see that? It's sticking out the side back here. That's how you know it's in there good. You ain't gotta overkill it, but it's in there. All right, now we did put a little bit of Loctite on this one too. I'll stick this down in here. Now this one has to be set to 5 pounds. Five-ish, 5 to 6, 5.5, which to me says hand tighten. You ain't gotta film me doing this.
Oh.
All right, now we're gonna put this one, the last bolt, this one goes to 20.
Bucket arm.
The bucket arm.
Just tighten it till it squeals.
Yeah. All right, now you successfully changed out your wear ring and your impeller. Woo!
Woo!
Gangsta D ain't gonna do no woo! Dr. D.
Finally did it.
Endless out.